I woke up to a silence so deep it felt like pressure building in my ears. The bed I was lying on, it was softer than anything I'd ever touched before. I looked around. The walls were like polished black glass reflecting nothing. Not even my own face. There were no windows, no doors, but I wasn't afraid. And that scared me more than anything else. Beside the bed, a tray was waiting. Warm food, fresh water. I remember thinking, so this is how monsters cage you now? Not with chains, but with comfort. I felt him before I saw him. It was the same sensation from my apartment, not cold, not heat, just intense attention. The shadows in the far corner of the room seemed to shift and ripple. And then he was just there. No footsteps, no warning. Just his presence filling the space. His voice was low. You ate. It wasn't an order or even a question. It was relief. He never came closer than 6 steps from me. Always the same exact distance, like there was an invisible boundary only he could see. I had to know. Why won't you touch me? I asked. The shadows around us seemed to react to my words, tightening, sharpening. He answered slowly, deliberately. Because you would not survive what that would awaken. A flash of anger went through me. That didn't stop you from bringing me here. A flicker of something dark, something regretful crossed his face. No, he admitted, his voice barely a whisper. It did not. My own voice was steadier than I felt. Tell me what you are. It wasn't a demand. It was a plea. I needed to understand. He hesitated for a long moment. I am what remains when power outlives mercy. My stomach twisted into a knot. And what am I to you? The silence stretched between us, thick and heavy. Then, so quietly I almost didn't hear it, he said, You are the one thing in this realm I am forbidden to consume. And that's when I finally noticed it. The tight clench of his jaw. The way he stood so still, it wasn't calmness. It was a terrifying display of control. He was hungry. Not for the food on the tray. He was hungry for me. And the fact that he refused to act on that hunger, that he fought against it, that terrified me more than if he had just attacked me outright. They came that night. Not into my room, but around it. I saw shapes moving behind the glassy black walls, eyes that weren't really eyes. Whispers slithered through the silence like knives under a door. He starves for her. She will break him. She will belong to the dark, willing or not. Fear, real and sharp, finally found me. I wasn't afraid of him anymore. I was afraid of what lived behind him. Suddenly, the Dark King was standing in my doorway, appearing without a sound. You are not safe from them, he said, his voice urgent. You're not safe from you either, I shot back. Something that looked like pain flashed across his features. They want you to fail, he admitted. They need you to fall in love. I swallowed hard, the meaning hitting me, because that's how the others died. His answer was a simple, chilling yes. As he spoke, the strange mark on my wrist pulsed, suddenly bright, hot, and alive. I heard his breath hitch. I felt this pull, a force so strong it nearly buckled my knees, drawing me toward him. He moved without thinking, taking one step closer, then another. The air between us crackled with energy. Power surged his and mine, entwining for a single heart-stopping moment. His hand rose, reaching for me, and stopped. 1 inch from my skin. The shadows around us screamed in protest. He tore himself away as if touching the air near me caused him physical pain. Do you understand now? He asked, his voice rough. If I touch you, I will not stop. My own voice shook as I asked, and if you don't? He looked at me, a terrifying honesty in his eyes. Then they will try to kill you to force my hand. So what happens now? I asked, feeling trapped. He held my gaze. Now, he said, I teach you how to survive loving a monster. He took me to the very edge of his shadow realm, a place where the darkness met something that looked almost like light. First lesson, he warned, never dream without walls. Second, never let your fears speak aloud. I looked up at him. And the most important rule, his eyes locked on mine, intense and deadly serious. Never beg me to touch you. That night, I dreamed without walls. I felt him there in the dream, not touching, not feeding, just watching me sleep. And when I woke up, my door was open. And the shadow standing just outside my room was not his.